Okay. This is the fucking low road. I just took this little trip over here. You know, I'm new to Denver. I came from Boulder, and now I'm in Colorado Springs, right?
Yes.
And I have a very, very special guest with me. If you could introduce yourself, please.
Oh, my name is Anwar Mercury.
Fucking Anwar Mercury.
Yes.
First question, though. How do we spell Anwar?
Anwar.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I don't mind it. The only one that throws me off is when people spell it like Omar. I'm like, excuse me, like shit.
No, that's incorrect.
Sorry, no. But
okay, and it's Anwar Mercury. So if I'm searching you, do I have to put the dash or what's it called?
The underscore thing.
Thank
yeah,
you.
honestly, no. Well, if you're looking at me on anything else, no, only on Instagram and Twitter.
Oh, okay.
So it's like on Instagram and Twitter, yeah, I kept them the same with the underscore, but that's because like I wanted to not have to have a number on the end of my shit. Like I was like, yeah.
Yo, okay. So want to go all the way back before we go forward, you know, and get the nitty gritty. If it's nitty gritty, it could just be regular. But we want to go back and figure out about baby Anwar.
Ooh,
you know?
Yeah.
So let's go back to, I don't know, when you ever present thought, like you're like an adolescent, you know, like where you're from exactly?
You know, honestly, born and raised in Colorado Springs, which not many people are born and raised. Mm-hmm. So in general, like, you know, growing up here, it's more either a military town, a family town, or just like you're passing through, you're in transit. So, you know, so I don't really meet many people from here, or I already know them. But like, born and raised.
That's interesting to be from a town where you feel like a lot of the population isn't even from the town.
It is crazy. It's crazy too. And it's like when people knew, they're like, when they meet you and they're like, yo, you're from the Springs. I'm like, yeah, born and raised. And they're like, oh shit, I haven't met anybody from the Springs. And it's like, damn, like.
So what do you think that is? Do you think people are moving out as well?
Honestly, yeah, a lot of people moved out. I feel like a lot of people, like when I was in high school, like everybody that graduated dipped and went to like Cali or some shit like that. They did other things other than like be here, as in then like a lot of people from everywhere else, just due to anything, any kind of cost, like, and the fact that it's not expensive as much. Well, it's kind of getting expensive now, but like the fact is, like, it's still like not as expensive as other areas. Like a lot of people are moving in.
Other areas, like we talking about Colorado still, like you talking about Cali or New York?
No, in Colorado in general, like from everybody else, while everybody's like dipping, like there's no, like it's no competition, like availability is here, and so I feel like then you just have all these people just moving in.
Shit, it's expensive up there in Boulder, boy.
Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
Boulder's expensive. Denver's expensive. Arvada's expensive. Honestly, Colorado Springs is gonna be expensive.
It seems like anything above Denver right now is kind of expensive.
Oh yeah, hands down. You'd have to go out east to find any like housing wise that if you're gonna buy a house, you'd have to go out east.
Yo, me and my girl. We're moving to Broomfield from Boulder, and we're gonna save like $100 on rent, maybe.
Oh, see, that's still come up though. You saving $100, and it's like
it's a lot of groceries.
So.
Oh, okay. Wait. We gotta go back. So back to the new kid. So growing up in Colorado Springs as an adolescent, before everybody moved and dipped off and stuff, what is it like? Like, what is it? Is it is it predominantly white? Is it mixed? You know, the school's good? Yeah. Is it like crime and shit? Or what kind of place is Colorado Springs?
Colorado Springs it's a weird town because it's not like we got crazy hype shit. Like I'm not about to be the one to say like, oh, it was on gang shit, because it's not, unless like you're moving from somewhere. But like growing up, I feel like it was more like people were fighting and shit, and then honestly, it was predominantly white until I got to high school. Like, it was predominantly white and Mexican or Hispanic until I got to high school.
Mexican,
and then,
for sure.
Yeah, and then when I got to high school, it was like, it changed because, like, like factors of like when like Hurricane Katrina and shit happened, all that. A lot of people moved here, and so like it started integrating schools. People just from everywhere were like coming in. So then like you start having like my school went from like my high school freshman year was like I think they said 60-something% white, and then like 15% black and 15% Hispanic, and then I don't know some other shit, and yeah, and then and then when we got to like junior year of high school, it was much different. It was like 30% black, 20. You know, we started getting more number, and just in general, everybody was kicking it. And like I went to school downtown, so like everybody was just like from everywhere was coming there, and it was pretty cool. Like it was just like a bunch of kids smoking weed, or like the only thing that was bad for us was drugs, and I feel like Colorado's always had that like problem with like drugs, alcohol, like.
No, I feel like, and we were talking about this earlier about the homelessness too. I feel like there's like 5-year gaps in a lot of stuff, especially with drugs, and we are about that gap in age. So I wonder, what do you think was the drug or drugs of choice? It might just be the same as, you know, my era, my little gap of drugs that I just made up, you know? But what was like the main drug or drugs that was
I feel like
shit up?
everybody was trying to trip. Everybody was just trying to like trip, and then like occasionally it would be rare, but like you get an occasional person that have lean ass somewhere, and it's random. It's like.
And then what age are you talking about?
I'm talking about like maybe like 16. And then all shrooms, and all that shit. So it was like more tripping and psychedelics. Yeah. But then like once we got to like 18, it was like, you know, that's when the whole wave of like all the like Molly and shit and you know all the other shit. I was the one to stay away from a lot of shit, but like it was like pills, Xanax, all that shit. Xanax was really bad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then you have the crazy drastic drop where it's like meth and like crack and like shit like that. But it's like they're like tweakers already like set in stone. Like
yeah, once you start doing crack or meth, that's like or heroin.
Yeah, this is like it's like that's out. No, but like in general, like growing up, it was more like it was just like it went from like uppers and psychedelics and switched to like pills immediately. Yeah, and like coke and shit. And so it was like. But
in
like,
high school?
Yeah, in high school. And like high school, everybody was turning up. That's
what happens when you go to high school with a lot of white kids.
Nah, it was crazy, you know. Yeah, it's like you're like, whoa. And so a lot of this shit came in, but then it was like, you know, then everybody started doing it, and then like I don't know. Like I said, I just was never the one. I was like, it's not for me. But like at the same time,
never ate a Xan, bro.
Nah, I never took me a Xan. The most I did was the most I did was sip lean, and on several occasions, and then was smoke and drink. Really, I was drinking heavy for a second.
Was it like a problem though?
Were you
getting drunk and like falling out? With, like,
it was when I got back from because I went after high school. I went to Durango and went to college because I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna dip.
Yes.
And
at the time, what were you going to college for? At the time,
I was going for shit. I initially just went in to be an art teacher. Like I initially,
that's fucking sick,
initially went in to be an art teacher, and I was like, shit, like, like. Unless I want to go and get my master's, like I ain't gonna get no money. Like, and so then
that's a shame.
And then I was like, I did graphic design then and just like chilled out with that. But like, in general, we went to Durango and like just getting like sloppy drunk, blacked out. Like it was bad. And so I was like,
what would you drink? Like 151?
Oh no, dude! I don't know what it was. They only would bring like Skull. It was nasty. I
don't know what that is.
Skull's like this nasty, just vodka that just gets you fucking hammered right off the bat. And then like they would do all whiskey and shit, like your Jack and shit and all that. But like that Skull was what they all tried to do. And then college made me realize I never want to drink whiskey again. And I was like, hell no, dude. Oh, it was
bad little blackout.
Bad blackout, and I was out for 3 days, and I was like, yo, that's when I was like, damn, I'm drinking heavy. And then like when I got back, like I simmered out because I was like, yo, I can't keep doing this shit. This is terrible. Like I don't like the feeling of it. I'm like, how can y'all stay consistently doing this. So then I stopped doing it and just started chilling out. And then I kind of got bad a little bit, like I want to say 2018. 2018, yeah, it would be 2018 was when I got bad, and it was like that summer, and then like the following year, like I was kind of bad, and then I like stopped, and I was like, yo, like we're done, like I can't be drinking all the time, and so I was be turning it up, but like getting fucked up, blacked out, is not for me. No.
Wait, what about the perk though?
The perk, I've only taken one perk in my entire life, and that was I was smoked, I was slumped, I was like, no. I was like, yo. So like me, I just like, I feel like when I would do, you know, with taking,
that's the hot drug.
Yeah, it's a hot thing, but at the same time, like me, I'm like, that shit makes me feel weird, and I feel like too, I don't have control over it, and like I think that's my biggest fear. Why it's like everybody wants to let go, I'm like, no, I want to keep control, because if not, like, you know, shit gets rocky.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You might do some wild shit, bro. You got a big imagination.
Yeah, and so it's like, yeah, so you know, popping perks and shit like that, I'd be the last one to tell you, be like, yeah, I was all about this shit. Like, nah, because like I'd seen everybody fall to it. I'd seen the shit, the negative effects, people losing weight and like just not being able to comprehend shit, or just losing their job and
go off.
Yeah, we're like 19, 20 years old, and motherfuckers has no home, or like has no money and shit, or nobody's trying to help him because he's always fucked up, and it's like I just like
niggas getting fat off the lean, bro.
Yeah, and so it just got wild, and I was like, no, I'm good, and me and my homies would just turn up with each other, but like we still try to maintain our like actual lives of going to work and shit. It was like, no.
Nah, I couldn't imagine going to work pilled out, you know, unless it was like an Adderall. Then I'd be great at work.
See, even like, yeah, no, because like I'd be sitting there and watching people, and I'm like, damn, like they'd be fucked up everywhere. So it's like, you know, and our school was known for that shit. So our high school was known for that shit.
So went to Durango, want to be an art teacher for a little bit. It's very commendable, and I wish I had more facts and stats, but we all know teachers don't get paid enough, because that would be a very intellectual conversation. But what if they paid teachers like 62 racks?
Oh, I'm sending it. Yeah, dude, especially being an art teacher, I'd be like, yo, this is like the gig, like get 60 racks, and that's like if you get your master's, that's obtainable if you work at a college. Like I just don't want to be in school until like I don't want to be in school for 6 to 8 years, you know. And like, don't get me wrong, like I postponed my shit, but I don't want to like have to be at school forever, like. And so like that's the only thing that stopped me. But like the 60 racks, like, yeah, if it was like worth it and shit, hell yeah, because I feel like the art program it's like starting to flourish in other states, and I feel like Colorado has a chance to do it again too. And I feel like art is very pivotal, like, for people. So I'm like, if I was getting paid enough, hell yeah, but no, like, and I would do it, but it's like at that point, like, they're not taking you serious enough either. So they don't take art as serious.
So we're at Durango, and at that point, I'm assuming if you had aspirations to be an art teacher at one point in time, then you were doing art.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And you told me, and I could be mistaken, and please correct me now, that before you started doing music, you were painting and drawing?
Yeah, I was painting, I was drawing.
Okay. And that was before college. That was in high school.
Yeah, it was that was like, yo,
so
it was
just
crazy.
Drawing and painting.
Hell no, it was senior year. Like because I was doing sports and shit. I was like also doing heavy sports. Like I did 4 sports in high school. Like I was playing rugby, I played football, I ran track.
Football and rugby, you were getting hit.
Yo, I was breaking ankles. Shit, hell no. So, you know, I did rugby, track, football. And I wrestled, and like wrestling was the thing I was like supposed to be good at, and I like destroyed my shoulder when I came into high school, and I just gave up. I was like, nah, Like I tried in my sophomore year, I went pretty hard, and then like after that I was like, no, like, cause it hurts, and I was like, I'd rather take care of my body. Mm-hmm. And then like, you know,
I mean, to do those, you said track, rugby, football, and wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were juking niggas out, but you're still getting hit though, because that's that kind of sport.
Yeah.
So all three of those, you were. I mean, I don't want to be a hater, so you were bound to get hurt, but I understand.
It was bound because I didn't. Yeah, because I was like trying to run instead of hanging out with everybody else and like doing all this shit. I just try to be so occupied with everything else underneath the sun. And like when I was a kid, I had an art condition, so like. When I finally got the green light, like I was like, yo, like I'm about to just do hella sports, and like that's another reason why that like pushed me away from the whole drug scene and all that, because like that heart condition will play in the hand, and like
a murmur.
No, it was like this thing called SVT, and it's like supraventricular, I think tachycardia or some shit like that, and like what it really is, it's just your heart is like it's pumping way too fucking much, and like I'd go from like I could be running like maybe 20 yards, and like my shit you could see it outside like of my chest, like just pounding shit. So like yeah, no. So then, like, I had my 2 heart surgeries. I came out of that shit. I was fine. They cleared me to do sports. I was like, yeah, because, like, it was crazy. It's crazy because, like, nobody knows. Surgery, yeah, 2 heart surgery. Yeah. So,
at what age? You said you're like 17?
No, this was when I was a kid. So then, like, that's when I, like, started doing sports. Like, I was like.
No, the heart surgery.
Yeah, the heart surgeries. Yeah, no, I was like 7 and 9. And then, like. Came in and then just like 7 and 9, and then I had to monitor this shit until 5th grade. So when they let me do sports in middle school, I just was so occupied with sports all through up until like I graduated that I was like either I was sports, smoking, or doing art. And then like you get to senior year, and that's when I'm like doing, you know, all sports and art, and then it's starting to more lean towards art, because like I didn't start art until like eighth or senior year. Like senior year was like, that's when I like picked up, I would doodle and shit, but I would never take it serious. I never did an art project. Got to senior year and got to senior year, and that's when I like picked up art, and I was like, well, I might as well do, be a teacher. I was like, I could do that because I was cool with talking to everybody. I wanted to do things and pack people, blah, 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 blah. And then I got to college, and that's when I realized it wasn't realistic. So then,
how the fuck did you feel at 7 and 9 having to go do some open heart surgery?
So
how do your parents tell you that?
So it's just shout out to my mom, because my mom was the only one. But like my dad's not here now, so it's like he's chilling. But in general, like honestly, it was me and my mom, and it was closed heart. So like they used a tube that goes like through your neck and like around your pelvic area and shit, and they do that. But like being a kid and having them tell you that shit, yeah, being a kid and having them tell you that shit, like they're like, yo, like it's like, you have this condition, and like there's a slight chance that something could happen during the surgery, and so like they let you know it up front. But I feel like it matured me enough too as well at a young age, because it makes you handle it makes you handle like serious decisions like that are out of your control. And it's like so my mom was the one with me the entire time, and shout out to her, like, and both heart surgeries. And then they, we'd have to go to this facility. I'd have to do like running on this treadmill shit, and like they would test my heart rate, and then finally they were like, yo, you're good to go. And then I was like, say less, like I'm gonna do sports, and like just smashed it. And then like I started losing aspiration, and I wanted to do more art things and shit like that. And that's when I got to senior year, and I was like, all of high school I've been doing these things, and I didn't anticipate that I was not gonna go to like college for some of these things. Like I made the dumb decision. I should have like done rugby at least, but like like in general, like it wasn't like I had scholarships out the ass or anything, so I just didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do. And I was like, art's pretty tight. I doodle. Let me try. And then I started doing pieces, and then I was like, gonna go to school for art. So,
yeah. What kind of pieces do you do? Or did you do?
Now, like this one up there.
With the eyeball?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Some charcoal and shit. This one, this painting over here. So I do more like pen, charcoal, pencil. I like to use watercolor and as well as acrylic. Acrylic's just so messy. And then, yeah, so more pen though, I would say pen and watercolor is my shit.
It's really cool. I like that. It's like a hand holding a mouth with a hand, an eyeball, and it's eating some shit.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like it's the way I try to get. And so, like,
and then the background, that's like the Japanese sunset with the beams.
Yeah, with the beams. So, yeah, no, honestly, more like pen, color pencil and watercolor. I think is my favorite.
Okay.
Because I can focus on detail more.
So then when did the music happen?
Shit. I was freestyling senior year, and then
you was freestyling. So you and your friends got together.
Only senior year. I was never comfortable around that shit. I only do it around my homies. I was not about it. We went to college. When I went to college in Durango, like, so I'd say March of 2015. No, March of 2016. March of 2016 is when I dropped like my first project.
Mm-hmm.
And
what was it called?
Oh, it was the Springs. It was the Springs EP. It was garbage.
The Springs EP. He said it was garbage.
It was the Springs EP. It was pretty garbage.
Can you still find it? Or did you delete the files?
No, I did not delete them. I have the privates on SoundCloud. I just turned the link to private, and I still don't listen to it. Like, but it's there. I like know it's there. Like, I deleted like 3 songs of it though. Like, from existence, I was like, there's no need for these to be out. Like, but then there's 4 where I was like, these are kind of sentimental. I like want to keep them. And then I did that project, and I wasn't even taking it serious. I just wanted to drop some shit on SoundCloud, and like. Mm-hmm. And then I came back 2016, so around like June.
Wait, hold on. So you dropped that or whatever. So you dropped that, and then what happened? Were people like trashing it? Did people even know?
Honestly,
you put it on SoundCloud?
No, people were supporting it. I mean, I feel like it was because they were because they were friends. You know what I'm saying? Like they were supporting it and all, but like it was like it did decent plays, but it didn't get that many likes. It was like 200 or something plays, 300 something plays. Mm-hmm. And that's just because it was like my first shit, and everybody was like, okay, yeah, let me go peep it.
Yeah,
and then so, but it was like, I got a couple hundred. And then over time, I left them on there, and they started picking up plays, and I was like, yo, these are garbage. Like, why? And that's when I made the conscious decision to take them off, because I was like, no, I don't like it. Maybe at some point I'll be like, haha, Anwar, so like throwback or like throwaways.
If you want
throwaways, I'll just do throwaways album.
Throwaway tape, throwaway album. Well, okay, so you put that out, and then you started fucking with other musicians, because you do have that the group. What's it called again? I'm so sorry.
Vintage Infinite,
right? So. Is that so? Do you drop a project or two and then meet up with them, or do you start it up after dropping a project or two?
Honestly, it's
hard. I know, like pick up the timeline.
Well, no, because this fits in right as I started this shit. Because me and one of my homies, like when I did that March project tape and all that, there was like maybe 1 or 2 songs where he was fucking with. Mm-hmm. And like I'll leave him a name, but like we was basically bros, and like he came up with the vintage part, I came with the infinite part, and then like he just wasn't really about it no more, and didn't want to do it no more as much or whatnot. And I was like, well, vintage infinite is the thing. I want to make it a collective and all. And he's like, oh, do your thing, go ahead, full force. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I kept doing it, and then I just then became the Lone Ranger after a while of like doing that shit, because And then like when I met my homie Neeks, Live Sex Grind, when I met him, I told him about Vintage Infinite, and I don't at that point in time. Okay, so I did skip a part. There was like I dropped a couple
tapes.
I dropped one or two tapes, and then I'd have to take a look honestly, but yeah, but I dropped a couple tapes, and like in general, like then I met my homie Nico.
Yeah.
Live Sex Grind, and it was me and then this other dude Carlos that like in that time frame we had met, and that fool's the nastiest MC I've ever heard. He's getting back into doing. He's one of the nastiest. Yeah, like because he's like got this like flow and wordplay with him, and he's just like lyrically inclined. His name was Midas and all that, but he had some things come up in his life, so he was doing his thing. And then I met Nico, and then when I met Nico, he was like, bro, like we should do some shit. I was like, hell yeah, like I'm with it. Like we were both like just going back and forth, always hitting each other up. And finally we did we did some songs together, and then it started being Vintage Infinite, and then we started recruiting everybody, and now we got I think like I would say like 4 or 5 members, like other than us
4
two.
Or 5? Is it 4 or 5?
Like, well, okay, so like not including. I'd have to. Okay, so it's me, Nico. I still count Midas in there, and me and Midas should be making music soon, so I'm gonna hit him up soon.
Yes, sir.
And then Sad Jesus is the motherfucking guy. He was the third person I asked to be about it, and he was like full-fledged, full go.
Okay.
And so Sad Jesus ain't been releasing any music. He's cool, but we need Sad Jesus. He's gonna drop some heat.
Yes.
And then my homeboy Jackets, which is Live Sex Grind's homie and my homie, because when I met him through Live Sex Grind.
Okay.
And then we have Steezy Stall is cold.
Wait, that's 6 though.
Huh?
It went from 4 to 5 to 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking now, because I like I was like, wait, hold on, there is people, and then there's just our homies, but like those are the active, so it's 6. So 4 not including me and Nico.
Okay.
So 4 including not me and Nico, because me and Nico I would be like me and him kind of.
You guys are doing the most.
Yeah, like
right now.
Yeah, just like and so like. In general, like it just was like, you know, all of us like we met one by one, and like that's when I like started like I feel like I was getting better because me and Nico was just like dropping music consistently, and like, and then like honestly, summer of 2019 was pretty fucking lit with show wise. Like we were doing some decent shows and like moshing and shit, having fun and all that, and then you know,
where around here were you doing shows at that time?
Like Sunshine Studios and Black Sheep, literally.
What's it called? Black Sheep.
Black Sheep's got the sickest like set, like it's got the sickest sound quality. Like that sound quality
their
is
sound setup.
Oh man, it's nasty, and it's like made for like really loud thrashing music, or just like, which I don't always do that. I have my like low key shit, I have my other shit, but for like having bangers and doing shows. It's lit. And then Sunshine Studios just has the like look of what you would want like an actual venue, like it's like a good view of it, like, and then they have space to do outside like stages as well and shit, so it's nice. So yeah, so
would it be 6 people on stage? Would it be 2
no, it was no, we never
about individual shows.
Well, we would have our individual shows, and then if we did do a show together, it was mainly us just performing. And like so, it would just be like the last couple shows was like, it was me, Nico, Sad Jesus, and Steez. And then we had our homie Q. Our homie Q don't make music and shit, but he's a good homie. Yeah. And all that. But it was like just us 4. Like whoever's performing mainly was the ones up there. And all that. So Jackets ain't performed yet. We once Corona's over, we gonna get them to perform.
I know this shit is garbage.
So like, in general, it wouldn't be all 6 of us at stage at once. I think there was one time where it was almost 6 of us.
And that's that dope shit.
But that one was the latest show we had. That was,
of course,
it was crazy, and that one was because we were opening for Wi-Fi's funeral, and Rob Banks, and so then that was just like, everybody was raging, everybody was ready.
You know, I think I've seen there's a vlog. I think it's a vlog online of the tour they were doing or whatever, those shows. Probably could see you on there. I'm gonna look and see if I can find it.
Honestly, that'd be tight. Opened
up, even if it's a couple seconds, you know, you might be able to find yourself on that.
See, hell yeah.
I fuck with Rob Banks. He's got a weird flow, and he throws so much anime shit in his stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, that's so darky. People don't even know what he's talking about right now.
That's how I feel about him and Xavier Wolf and shit like that.
Wolf,
like,
yeah.
Like, you know, so just like a lot of those people, I'm like, damn. And I guess I could say like I got inspiration, but in general, just jamming their shit and knowing what the fuck they're saying, but like half the people don't, and you're like, haha.
So now we did all that, and now we're present day. Right?
Yes.
Pandemic, whatever. Still can make music. You're 24, you said?
Yeah, I'm about to be 24 in a couple weeks, actually.
When's your birthday?
It is September 16th.
September 16th? Mm-hmm. What sign does that make you?
Virgo.
Oh, you a Virgo?
Virgo.
Oh, cool. I like Virgos. They like to work.
Virgos are pretty cool. I feel like Virgos are pretty neutral with everybody. We're just emotional beings. Like, yeah, that's about it. And I'm not going front and act like it ain't like none, but I feel like Virgos are pretty neutral.
Man, yeah. Virgos make a mistake into like a failure. And you forget something and it act like you just fucked your life up.
You're like, oh yeah, dude, you take that one L and it just seems like it's over, it's a wrap, and you're like, damn.
Well, I should have done that.
You're dead ass. I feel you, dog. It really is that, but I know. Okay.
I just had to ask that. So present day. Can you put your style, and this is not me asking you to put yourself in a box, but this is just me asking you to try to describe maybe some of your strengths and weaknesses or your focuses on, you know, the style of music you're making. I have to ask this because I've listened to most of your music, and it's not all the same. It's not all repetitive. It's not, I can't just put it in a genre. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You can't just be like, this is UK drill, you know, or this is whatever. This is sugar trap. This is cat music. This is cat rap. This is whatever, you know?
Yeah.
It sounds like Atlanta shit. It sounds like Texas shit.
Yeah.
What would you like describe your style as?
Low key, I describe it as
multiple. It's probably way more than just one word.
Yeah. I would say like, I want to make music that can be all, like, I guess interpreted as feel good music, but as well as like you catch a message from it, because like I feel like it is forgotten like that lyrics could go a long way if you know how to like produce it or to bring it to somebody's ear. And like right now I'm like working on more melodic shit, so like, but like I would still consider myself just a rapper. Like I would still consider myself like a rapper. I would say, if I was to say in categories of my shit, I would consider myself more of a hip-hop artist than I would an actual rapper, because I feel like rapper and hip-hop artists and people, there's so many subgenres even of those two, but like there's a difference. And like I feel like it just like I want to be able to just maneuver and like do whatever the fuck I want, because Colorado in general don't have its own sound like at all. And I'm not going to be the first one to lie and be like, yo, this is Colorado. Yeah, like no, I feel like Colorado is it's a place of just transit for everybody, or you come to make a family. So like you're not like thinking like nobody's trying to blow up like to get the fuck out of here. Like everybody's just doing their thing and and like just trying to put on. But like they're taking from other places. So we have no like roots or nothing. Like, so like, you know, I feel like my music will just come from like, you know, more of my idols or more of what I would want to listen to, like what I would put my playlist on, like, and if I was to consider it something, it'd be like, you know, hip hop tossed with like more like, I guess like crazy, like crazy sound, like production wise. I like the production to be different, like just hit you it like more soulfully than if it was just to get you hype. Like I have bangers in which I feel like my bangers are the ones I like blow up, like not blow up but like get plays the most, and then they die out faster. And like I feel like my other songs like will last a little bit longer. So I just want to find the happy medium, but I still consider myself a hip hop artist. Like I guess like
okay.
Yeah,
I like the way your stuff's mastered too. It's kind of like it's a little muddy, you know. A lot of people I've hung out with actually more bands than rappers, and they're always talking about it's quality. Like they don't like certain rap songs. Like it's quality, but I don't like the quality of it. And quality, that's a term that's like subjective for real. Like
it's definitely subjective.
You know, I want to hear like the in my bass and shit. Like I want to hear that stuff and have the vocals mixed with it too, you know, like
yeah, because I feel like people don't give credit to artists because artists is still like when you're a rapper, they don't give as much credit as like as it is because it's still an instrument. Like your voice is still an instrument. It might be not, you might not know a lick of notes or how to do bars and shit, but like fitting your music into beats or fitting it, making sure it sounds well to complement the beat is like a very pivotal thing. And like I feel like even artists where if they have their and just rapping on some dumb shit, like if they are hitting this certain tune and like, you know, obviously it goes shouts out to like engineers and people producers and people, everybody, but it's like art, like a rapper has its own set job, and it's like to project its voice to try and match the beat. And I feel like people don't think, but it's like I like it murky because I like it murky like because like my sound, like I have a deep ass voice, so it's just more I can't hit no high notes. I would rather it be like like, and you just sit there and you get a stank face when you listen, and you're like, okay.
So who do you like to listen to?
All right, so see, this is where it's crazy.
It changes all the time, right?
Honestly, my top 5, I can say probably.
Give me a top 5. I like that.
My top 5 has remained the same for the most part.
Is this in order?
This is okay.
Or is it just 5?
I feel like 4 and 5 are not in order. 4 and 5 going hand in hand because and as crazy as it sounds, but Kid Cudi is number 1, hands down.
Nice, from Cleveland.
Kid Cudi, Kid Cudi is the guy. Damn because right. Like Kid Cudi just like paved the way to be able to make music from an emotional standpoint and like hit. The only motherfucker to hit hums and make it sound so fire. And he doesn't have to put a lick of a verse in and like has hums and Travis Scott shit and everybody's waiting for that part. Like Kid Cudi did some crazy shit. And just in general, like
he did. He's got
when he has to go bar. Yeah, when he has to go bar for bar, he can hang. Like he can.
I love when Kid Cudi just raps.
Yeah, it's like damn. It's a refresher. You're like, oh hell yeah, like. And so Kid Cudi number 1, number 2, then it's Kendrick.
Okay.
And that's just cause like I grew up with Kendrick, and Kendrick's the most relatable to me. Like a nigga who's not in the shits. He sees some of the shit. He doesn't want to be in the shit. He wants something more. He wants to do this or use his word to like speak out. You know, like.
Yeah, they got Kendrick up there with the best, and he's not even like done.
And he's not done. And I feel like he's got so much more, and I can't wait. And so like I'll always be a fan of Kendrick too. And so the number 3 is Andre 3000.
Nice.
Andre 3000, just because he's eccentric. That nigga is like on some other shit. Like he's always from style wise to flow to rap to just like how he presents himself as a human being. It's like he moves different than everybody else.
He does.
I'm like, yeah, so.
Yeah. And then 4 and 5 are like the same.
4 and 5. And you know what's so crazy? Before I even say this, and I know it sucks that I haven't included Biggie or I haven't included Pac or nothing like that. But at the same time, I feel like I grew up listening to that. But when I branched and listened to my own music, that's when I like found out what was my specific favorites. And
yeah.
So, 4 and 5 going hand in hand would be Big Crit.
Oh, Big Crit. I love Big Crit, bro.
And nobody gives Big Crit. Actually, so I'm going to just keep him at as a solid 4.
Okay.
Big Crit. Yeah, now I think about it, because, like, his project...
Returning
Forever. And then what's the one with the 4 Forever in a Day, where it's like 4... Where it's like 4 songs and shit, and it had, like, Red Eyes. Like, that was my favorite song. And then, like... Even with his Mountain Olympus shit, and like when he came in after Kendrick made that Control verse, and then he came in with Mountain Olympus and just was like, "Yo, slaughter it." Yeah, I'm like, "Yo, people
He came in with them.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Y'all don't give him enough credit. Like, y'all do not give Big Crit enough credit. Shout out to Big Crit.
Yeah, Big Crit is nice. Makes all his own beats too.
Oh, dude. Oh, so nasty. The
R4 intro is crazy.
And I'm so glad he's free from his label. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, I heard they were fucking him up.
Mm-hmm. So, shouts out to him. And then... Number 5.
Yeah.
Number 5. It used to be Kanye, but
Kanye can't rap anymore, bro.
Can I say it? Kanye can't rap.
He cannot rap anymore.
I tried, but like,
or he doesn't like to rap anymore.
Yeah,
at least.
Saint Pablo before I liked any Kanye. I'm a fan of Kanye growing up. Like that was like amongst the first few albums, but he gets like an honorable mention for me.
My what's it called? My Beautiful Dark Fantasy is probably my favorite album ever, because it was so weird with the skits, the circus skit,
and then right after 808 and Heartbreaks came out, and then it was just like continue to fucking weird them. Yeah. You didn't like that one? I liked
808s.
Yeah.
No, after 808s.
Oh yeah, after 808s. Well, because he still had because My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was crazy though, because he had all the features in the world.
He was
like
production
was ridiculous. The length was perfect. It was all. And then like 808 and Heartbreaks, I liked.
Yeah, no, that was fine.
I did not like Yeezus. And
no, wait, before you go, this is so when I say they're trash. Now, if I'm not trash, but they don't write the rap anymore. They don't rap anymore. Is when I hear anyone else's album, right? Anybody, I'm gonna expect to probably like 3 songs, and that means they're like, all right, you know. But with Kanye stuff, I'm thinking I'm gonna like 80% of that shit. So now, if I get that Yeezus album and I like 2 songs off of it, I'm like, why did I do this?
Yeah,
this is a mixtape, you know, like. So
like, why did I pay for this? Like, yeah, no, and I feel you, because like, I'm like, but like,
why'd you put this out?
Yeah, why'd you put this out? Now, nobody told you no.
You have no one around you that you listen to. Then they were like, "Nah, this ain't it."
See, that's what I'm saying. Bro. I'm like, yo, I would rather be surrounded by people who are be like, "It's not it, Chief." Like, I don't want no yes man. I would rather be like, "It's not it, Chief," and you got to hit the doors back, because then I know you want the best for me, and I'm like, that was not the best at that time. And like, you are like, he was at that high pedestal, and then it just like kind of, you know, now it's trickled down. I will say The Life of Saint Pablo, whatever it was, that shit was fire to me.
That was a cool comeback,
because it was like the first thing you hit me with is Kid Cudi singing, and then you rapping, and then you have all of these songs like where it actually sounded cohesive, and it sounded like you know, was it Wolves and all that shit that made it so far. So he gets an honorable mention.
Kid Cudi's mom was my mom's music teacher, and when she went to high school and shit. So that nigga's always been around that shit.
Mm-hmm. But I would say number 5, it's crazy as it sounds, I would say Schoolboy Q.
Schoolboy Q is hot. You pick good rappers.
Schoolboy Q.
You pick dudes who can make bangers and still be lyrical.
And I'm like, yo, y'all don't give them credit.
They do though.
Okay, Kendrick. Everybody like
me, I don't know. Like,
I would say Schoolboy Q doesn't get enough, and Big Crit don't get enough as much as they deserve. They still get millions of plays, but I feel like they have such good content that like I've never sat there and like like how you said when you used to listen to Kanye albums is like how I listen to their albums. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm expecting if I like more than 80% of this, then I know it's a good album. Like, and if I don't like a couple songs, that might just because I don't like the song. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't mean that it's trash. Like, and so like, but like, Schoolboy Q for me never missed. Big Crit, I have had songs in the past where I was like, I wasn't about it, but like I can say like 90% of his discography I like. And like,
yeah, some Big Crit songs were a little boring to me, but they were good.
They were good.
Like,
I was like,
good song, but I don't want to hear this.
If I heard him in like a party or like Skate City or some shit, and it was like, you know, I was like, yeah, hell yeah, like this is tight. But like, and that was when I was like little, and that was when I first started finding music and shit. But like then I like, you know, really dove deep into Big Crit, and I'm like, yo, like this is crazy. So yeah, I got my top 5.
Well, that's cool.
Or Isaiah Rashad, but like Isaiah Rashad's just like it's like murky type feel where it's like he's just gritty and it's like,
Isaiah Rashad's cool. Seems like more of a ghostwriter kind of guy.
I hope not, because it does break my heart sometimes when I hear about ghostwriters. I understand it. I understand why you do it. Like, you might have the voice and like somebody else has the words. Yeah, I understand it. It's just in rap, it's like writing is the pure part of rap besides freestyling, and then writing. It's like those are the pure things, and so like ghostwriting is kind of like and then it kind of drives away. But like I get it. Would I ever have somebody ghostwrite for me? No. Nah. Because then if I'm having that, then that's my time to walk away.
Yeah, you gotta be like a pop star at that point.
Yeah.
You must not have any time.
Yeah, if you have no time then too as well. Maybe you just put in your voice memos and hopefully somebody like listens to it and be like, all right.
Hey, that's the game, man. People send you the fucking references, you buy the song and you do it your own way. It's not like it's word for word, but it's the melody or whatever. And you're like, oh, good idea. I could do that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so before we get out of here, so you're from the Springs, and you know I'm not starting any shit. Everyone's preoccupied right now with their own lives, but it seems like what I've noticed right now is there is a division between specifically the Springs, Denver, and Aurora. That seems how it's like split up, like those three, and the rappers kind of like each other, but they don't. They kind of like we're not like them over there. Yeah. Is that kind of accurate?
I would say that's accurate. Because like in other, like in you know, you said Arvada. I don't know how Arvada is, but I know Denver wise, they're more like everybody's just on their own shit. I'm the fucking man. Mm-hmm. But like they might like your music, but they're worried about their shit, which is understandable. You got a career to fucking do. So like, yeah. But like at the same time, I feel like, yeah, like you said, everybody's too worried about being like, my shit ain't like they shit, or like I don't sound like them, or like you know, Colorado Springs used to get shit for rapping and shit, and it's like we used to get shit, and so I
saw that in a couple of interviews. I've seen a couple of interviews with other Colorado Springs artists, and they were like, "Yo, people act like we're stupid to be rapping from here, or like something."
Yeah, they act like it's like the worst place to rap from. Like you need to go to Denver if you good, you need to go to Denver, and it's like nah. So like. And I feel like Colorado Springs though is the most accepting one, but like I do see it like where everybody's like, nah, like we ain't like them, but like I fuck with the movement, but we ain't like them. Mm-hmm. So I do sense that, honestly. Like
I think it's like beef. You got like ops. You got like rapper ops. Have you been dissed or dissed somebody?
No, honestly, and no, no, I don't. I hope not. I don't think nobody dissed me. Like, if so, I didn't hear
respond? So when niggas diss you, would you respond, or you just be like?
It depends. Like, it depends. If it's like some nigga who don't know me, I'm probably not gonna go out of my way to do it. Like, unless like that motherfucker.
But what if he's saying shit that's kind of true about you? The nigga starts talking about your heart and shit.
I'll be like, bro, like
he ain't got no heart, but you know, like, trying to get at you.
I'll be like, dog, I'm a cold ass nigga. No, I'm just kidding. Like, no, honestly, I feel like it would be circumstantial. It wouldn't be like I would be like immediately if I've seen it worth it. Like if they're good competition and it's gonna be like, damn, like it could be something. Oh, yeah. I'll entertain it. Yeah, I'll do it. But like, if it's like some basic nursery rhyme ass motherfucker that's just talking shit about me, I'll be like, nah, like it's not worth it. Like it's not worth it because then your name's dragged in that shit, and then you're like, and like I didn't even have beef with you in the first place. I don't know who the fuck you are. Like unless like it was somebody that I do, and I was like, oh yeah, fuck this fool. But I don't really have nobody like that. I feel like I'm pretty cool with everybody. I'm like the middle ground. So
good.
But at the same time, if it came down to it, I guess yeah. But like it'd have to be worth it. Like, I'd have to be worth it.
So before we get out of here, do you wanna tell me about some stuff that's gonna come out soon? Projects, singles, art.
I would say I got a song. This would be more on some conscious shit. I got a song, I Can't Breathe, coming out next Friday. And then otherwise, I'm working on my project MIA. I think it's almost done.
Was it MIA?
Yeah, MIA, Merc in Action. I have like this like honestly, because like I have this like comic book idea of how like I would want these to be, and these would be like the names I make, I would be like if I was to have a Merc series, like
I get it.
So like I before it's too late or something like shit like that, and I had all this other shit, and then I had Murky Waters and another tape. Honestly, I'm blanking out, but like Merc 2020. So it's Merc 2020, Murky Waters, and then now it's gonna be Merc in Action. All right. And like this one's gonna be more like some more melodic shit, like more conscious shit. Because I feel like my last project, like I just hit so hard with everything, whether it was like bangers or like just like emotional shit. I was just hitting so hard, so I like took a step back and I wanted to feel
have a good vibe, little fun.
Yeah, but at the same time, this I Can't Breathe song is significant because it will play a part in that project. So I got that.
That sounds cool, man.
And then
gotta make sure to have some visuals for us.
Yes. I want to work with somebody I already did. Me and Doobie did a song, and Phosphate. And
Doobie Phosphate.
Yes, and it was a pretty hard ass song, and we had the hard video, and so I think I want to hit him up again. You know, once I moved out of my spot to my new spot, I think I'm gonna look at getting a visual for I Can't Breathe or one of my other songs, and at least bring something to y'all visually, because I've been on a good track right now. So yeah,
that you have. So can you make sure to drop every tag or link you have to where we can find you?
Yeah. So Anwar Mercury on Spotify, SoundCloud.
Let's spell it again, please.
Anwar and then Mercury, Mercury. Okay. And Anwar Mercury on the Spotify, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube,
Deezer.
Honestly, I don't think I got Deezer.
No, I think I thought DistroKid does Deezer.
Ooh, because you know the way DistroKid does it, like it'll group certain ones together. Like it grouped with YouTube, it groups Google Play, and like so I don't know if Deezer was in part of one of the other ones.
Okay,
if it's on Deezer, hell yeah, sick. I should pay attention more, but yeah, no. And then honestly, we got at Twitter and Instagram Anwar _Mercury, so ANWAR_MERCURY. And then my last thing would be my clique, Vintage Infinite, on Instagram. It's Vintage Infinite for life. And we post everybody's music on there, so that got all my homies, and peep us out, because I think honestly we got a good squad and a good arsenal of shit, you know, ready to.
That's pretty cool.
Ready to go. So. Yeah.
Well, fuck. That's it. That's the fucking low road.
Hell yes.
Yeah, I'm glad. Mercury.
I'm glad. Yes.
Make sure you check him out.
Thank you.
Stuff coming out soon, right?
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Yeah, cool. Good job.